Hi, AngieB here, and I'm down at the South Hill Park Theatre in Bracknell, and I've come along to watch a very different type of musical called Avenue Q. It features puppets that can sing and act, and I do believe are a little rude too. It's been performed by the East Berks Operatic Society and runs till the end of the week. Excellent cast, great reviews, one review saying that the cast just disappears and lets the puppets take over. Well, I'm about to take my seat, but before I do, I'm going to go have a quick chat to a couple of people who are hugely responsible for such a unique, funny, different musical. Hi Luke, thanks for agreeing to have a little bit of a catch-up before the curtain goes up tonight.
No problem.
Avenue Q, new musical that not a lot of people have heard about. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Well, I suppose the most important thing to know about Avenue Q is that it's primarily done with puppet characters.
Mm-hmm.
It's a story about characters finding themselves, trying to discover what their purpose in life is really, and it's got a fun and silly soundtrack, and yeah, it makes us all just think about our lives a little bit really. But
yeah. Okay, I mean sort of a little bit cross between Sesame Street, something like
Sesame
that.
Street and something like South Park, I guess, or Family Guy, or one of those sort of things, you know. Just,
yeah, a bit different, yeah.
Certainly not full Sesame Street.
And is this the first time you've done something of this kind?
Yes, definitely. I primarily direct straight plays, so musical theatre in general is quite, new to me. And then, you add in the element of puppets as well. It's been a brand new experience, but I think it's been the case for most of the cast as well, and we've all learnt together really. So
brilliant. And is it quite difficult to cast sort of a puppeteer with a character with a puppet, or was that quite straightforward?
It was difficult. With this show, a lot of the characters do have sort of specific voices that come with the character, so it was kind of people who could do the voices as well, and we did look at their puppet skills as well, so it was quite an interesting audition process and pre-audition process as well, learning how well people could move and stuff. So.
Yeah, because it's one thing to perform on stage, but to actually perform on stage and be sort of handling and managing a puppet at the same time, it's quite a different challenge, isn't it?
It's a real challenge, and you have to it has to be focused on the puppet and not you, and if people are used to being the centre of attention themselves as a human, they have to sort of hide behind their puppet, and we have to see them as kind of one being, so yeah, it's been very difficult.
And I've been reading you've had some fantastic reviews, but I've been hearing that this score's quite toe-tapping and lots of people have been receptive to the music.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, people will go home singing the songs. They're all very get-in-your-head kind of numbers, and very fun. I mean, there's some really nice sort of ballads in there as well, so it's a really good mix of
And
music.
Burning question, have you actually had a go at sort of operating one of the puppets yourself, or have you just stuck to a directing role?
Early on we did do a puppet workshop with the guy who created them, and we all had a go, and it's good fun. I'm glad I'm not doing it for the full run, because they're quite heavy, and you've got to have pretty strong wrists and stuff, but we did have a little go.
Oh, excellent. Well, I'm glad that you've had great responses from both media and the audiences, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it, and I'll go and get my seat, and thank you very much for agreeing to chat to us tonight. Hi, Erin, resident choreographer for Avenue Q. Yeah. What a different show to choreograph.
Do you know what? It's so different, so crazy. I'm so used to choreographing big show-stopping numbers and then having to bring it right down and choreograph puppets. so strange, but so
challenge.
Rewarding. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it must be quite difficult to actually deal with the spacing, whereas before, when you're sort of doing normal choreography and dance routines, you have much more room to play around with your arms.
Yeah.
But have you had to sort of really condense it because of the puppetry and the areas they've got to work in?
What's strange about it is that all the puppets work differently. So you have some that have got one rod arm, some that are two rod arms, some that are actual physically but like gloves, and then you've also got the few characters that are the human puppets. So what has made it difficult is trying to get something that fits in a group number for all the different types of puppetry, and some of them are two people operating one puppet, and so when you're trying to do footwork and you need to make sure they're not tripping over each other, but luckily it's a small cast, there's only 12 of them, so it's nice to be able to focus on each person and give them their time.
Yes. And because you have a small cast, does that mean that you have sort of backup puppets or understudies, or is it just they have to
they are just their person, their character, but there we have a few of our actors do several different puppets as well as the secondary hands and stuff. So yeah, I mean, usually when it's done there's lots of doubling up of characters, but we wanted to give as many people a chance as possible, so we've split the characters. But actually I think it's been good because it's given them, they can really focus on that one character, and I think it's been good for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, a great challenge for you. Have you had a go yourself doing sort of the dancing and the choreography and the puppetry?
Well, I felt like I needed to, because I didn't want to be like, yeah, do this crazy stuff and then them come along and be like, oh, that's impossible. I wanted to know the limitations. And when I first started doing it, and it was the challenge of moving the mouth whilst you're singing and doing the arm movements, and it was like doing
wow,
this.
yes.
It was like,
real
what
challenge.
am I doing? So I'm glad that I did it, because I didn't want to overwhelm them. And they have, what I've given them, they've pulled it out the bag, I think.
Oh, brilliant. And just to sort of summarise, really, have you got a favourite dance routine or a favourite puppet? Or is that a difficult question?
That's really
answer?
hard. I love the Lucy the Slut puppet. And I loved choreographing her. But to be honest with you, they're all so different. And every number gives me joy in some way, everything that I've done, because
great.
it's just so much, they're all so much fun.
Yeah,
So
yes.
yeah.
Oh, well, congratulations. I've heard such fantastic reviews and good reports about the show. I can't wait to see it. I mean, I've heard that they are actually a little bit rude, am I right?
Maybe.
Oh.
Just a little bit. Yeah, be prepared.
Oh, well, no, that's great fun. It's a show with a difference, and it seems to be running really, really well. And congratulations on your work. And when's the baby due?
2 weeks.
Oh.
I didn't think she'd still be in now, but she is. So
Oh,
yeah.
congratulations. Well, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And yeah, if you're interested, get down to Avenue Q before the end of the run on Saturday. Can't wait to see it.